驚いたな。本当に地下の港だ。船もある。
ダナ人ばっかだ。ここで働かされてたのか。
メドラのことを尋ねてみよう。
I want to feel your hair right now. You are the place, my only home.
I'll hold on to that.
You didn't happen to see a lord come by, did you?
Sorry, friend, but she just left. Came by with a whole posse of underlings, boarded her ship, and took off at first wind. We damn near got blown away. She was that much in a hurry.
Damn! So we missed her!
You guys trying to go after her?
Are you saying you know how to steer a ship?
Spent most of my life chained to the deck of some ship or other. Yeah, I know my jib from my boom.
We don't know how dangerous it'll be. Better you give us the boat and stay on solid ground.
Whoa there! You been out on the water before? The sea ain't nobody's friend, you know. You need a sea dog like me, or you'll sink her before she makes it out the harbor.
We're losing time. Sir, we're in your debt.
Now that's more like it. Name's Mahavar. Just give me a holler when you're all set and we'll set sail. This is like a dream come true. Never gotten to captain a ship before. Never would have thought I'd get a chance like this. Thank you, y'all.
The pleasure's all ours. Think we'll catch up to her?
Of course we will. They got too much weight on them. Meanwhile, this ship's carrying nothing but us salty scalawags. They got a good head start on us, but we can take them.
Do you know if there are any Danans on that ship?
Couldn't say for sure. On the one hand, seeing as it's supposed to be something of another castle, I'd reckon they probably wouldn't let a bunch of Danans on board. On the other hand, I'd be real surprised if the Renans were able to pilot that thing all by themselves. In any case, it's gonna be a while before we reach her. Till then, you're all free to do whatever. Just don't fall in the ocean.
I know Mahavar said we could take it easy, but there's not exactly a lot to do on this boat. I guess I'll check in on everyone and see how they're holding up. Hold that pose long enough and someone might just come along and paint you.
Any artist who'd see fit to paint me needs their eyes tested.
What can you tell me about Almeidrea?
Not as much as you'd probably wish. I only ended up crossing paths with her a handful of times, after I was chosen to be a lord on Lenegus.
Ah, right. I almost forgot about Lenegus. How much do you think they know about what's been going on down here?
It's safe to assume they know everything, though I know not why they choose to remain uninvolved. Perhaps they see what's been happening as just part of the ongoing crown contest.
Even what Almeidrea did? Has it really reached the point where her actions are seen as normal?
Not to my knowledge, no. At its core, the crown contest is a competition to see who can amass the most astral energy. And to amass such energy, slaves are needed to collect it from. It's therefore against the Lord's interest to kill them.
So then why would Almeidrea do something like that?
We must remember that time is running out in the crown contest. Perhaps her hand was forced, so to speak. It is a way to accrue astral energy faster and in larger quantities than through slave labor. Doing so kills off that labor force, obviously, but it is a means to an end nonetheless. No one could have foreseen that something like the Hollowing would arise back when the contest was first conceived.
Is becoming the Sovereign of Rena really that important to the Lords?
Of course. It's the greatest prize one can attain in their eyes. In that respect, at least. I'm really not that surprised that Almeidrea resorted to what she did, as utterly despicable as it is.
It's reassuring to hear you feel the same way I do.
I worry that the only reason I never did anything similar in Menancia was due to my lack of ambition.
If you didn't want to be reminded of your past, you could have just plugged your ears.
You think too highly of me. I'm afraid I must respectfully disagree. I'm not nearly as virtuous of a person as you might wish to believe.
If that's so, would you have been so shaken up when Kisara lost her brother? Why else would you turn your back on your own kind and choose to fight for Miguel's dream? Aren't we just Danans?
A curious choice of words. Did what you see in Mahag Saar hit you that hard?
What Deadheim did to that city, he didn't liberate anyone. Anyone who refused to follow him was an enemy in his eyes. 300 years of Renan rule taught him nothing.
What I have come to understand is that the conflict extends beyond Danan versus Renan. There is an internal quarrel as well. I mean to bring about a true, lasting coexistence in Menancia. But there are more walls we must topple first.
And you don't think you can pull it off?
Well, you seem to think you can, at least.
Does that make us enemies?
Insofar as an exchange of swordplay, no, it doesn't.
Not good enough for you?
Are you really... Forgive me. I will continue to fight by your side a while longer. That much I have decided.
You don't look so good. You all right?
The floor. It keeps moving. How can you stand it?
I'm not the best person to ask about discomfort. I can't feel pain, remember?
I still can't believe what happened in Niez. As a lord, my expectations for Almeidrea were already pretty low. But the way she treated human lives like they're mere playthings...
Yeah. And it wasn't as if the situation in...
You mean Deadheim?
The whole reason I started fighting back was because of my anger. But then I met Shion, and it's even messier now that...
It used to be that the Danans were the ones in the right.
Exactly. I'll never tolerate the Renans ruling...
That said, you may be able to free the Danan people. I think maybe that's why I clung to our dream so hard back in Menancia.
Even if his motivations weren't pure, Dohalim has a good heart. He didn't sink to the depths Almeidrea...
You don't understand. I'm saying that it goes deeper than that. This hierarchy we live in, it's not solely something the I remember a story Rinwell once told me. She said before the Renans invaded, we Danans had our own class system. We are the ones who divided ourselves. I saw it in Deadheim's eyes. He wanted to rule over others.
To hear Bayfon tell it, Deadheim wasn't always that way.
But as time went on, and he and the Darkwings fought the Renans, he eventually changed. I guess what I'm getting at is, if we defeat the Renans but just go back to the way things were before, was there even any point in fighting?
But that world isn't the one you want to create, right?
Maybe not. But to tell you the truth, these days I'm not so sure that...
You have your promise to Miguel, though. Your home and the
I know. My brother. He truly believed in his... And then, there's you.
Who, me?
You and Shion.
I'm not sure I follow.
Okay, then let me spell it out for you. How many other Renans and Danans do you know that get on as spectacularly as the two of you?
I don't know that I'd say spectacularly.
Well, I suppose it's really all a matter of how you look at it, isn't it?
I really don't see what you're getting.
I think I'm getting seasick again. Sorry. Can you just give me a wide berth for a few minutes?
Do you think Law is okay?
If you're worried, why don't you ask him yourself?
Yeah. I think maybe I should apologize to him too. I should apologize to all of you, really.
Us too?
Well, I was kinda lying to you all this whole time. I was blind to everything except my own revenge. I never even considered the struggles all of you might be facing.
We all have things we'd prefer to keep to ourselves, Rinwell. So what if you had something to hide? It doesn't undo the good that you've done.
But that's not what I mean.
I know. You're talking about...
Yeah. I hate her, Alphen. But it's not just her. I think about I hated the Lord who killed my parents. And I hated the Renans I had to travel alongside. And yet, Cyslodia's Danans backstab each other like it's a normal way of life. And Mahag Saar has people like Deadheim. But then there are people like Law, and...
Law never said that you had to forgive Almeidrea. It's only natural you would hate your families.
But what?
Law left home because of how much he hated his father. As a result of that, well... I think Law spent a lot of time thinking about how... And if I had to guess, killing Ganabel didn't make any of those feelings. Law let revenge fuel him. And I think now he's...
Afraid?
Whatever happens to Almeidrea when this is all over is up to you. Just think it over carefully for me.
Okay. Say, back then, after the fight, I think I really made Shion mad. I don't know, though. Maybe it just looked that way. But I guess I just can't seem to understand how she feels.
Shion's... She can be a tough nut to crack.
It's just what she said about hate being a source of strength. Where did that come from? I wonder how it feels. Not being able to hold another person's hand.
Lean much further, you'll go overboard. Keeping an eye out for Almadria's ship?
I'm looking at the ocean.
The ocean?
Yeah. The waves. They help me think this world is filled with natural wonders. The icy... But Menancia has its Lake of Death. And Nias, its ruins. And they wouldn't be there if it weren't for that contest.
Say we actually managed to put a stop to the crown contest for good.
You first.
Well, I want to believe it's insane for all of us to keep fighting.
Yeah. I think that would be good too. A world where...
You sure have changed.
I can't lie to you. Since I was young, I've looked down on the Dahnans, but I've seen a lot. I've seen so many ugly and terrible things in this world, and the good things too. They didn't come from kindness, and cruelty exist on both, so... I guess you're right after. You know, I've never actually touched another person like this.
Shion.
Ever since I was on Lenegis, I've always been alone. Even after I came to Dahna. Always.
And now?
Do you still not remember your past?
No. Sometimes it feels like I can almost remember. But then this mask stops me.
The mask keeps you from remembering why you have the mask in the first place. It's a little ironic, isn't it?
A little. Well, it won't be long now before you're rid of those thorns, you know? Only 2 lords remain. And once you have their master course, you'll be able to create the Renis Alma, right? Then you can... Shion?
Sorry, it's nothing. Promise. You're right, though. It'll all be over soon. I never could have made it this far on my own. I have everyone to thank for that. Including... especially you, Alphen.
Don't worry about it. We're friends, after all.
Yeah, we are.
I took a look around inside the ship just in case, but I didn't find anything that looked like it might be suspicious.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You know, It wasn't until I left Calaglia that I finally realized just how big the world is.
When we tore down the wall in Calaglia.
Yeah, somehow the sea is different though. I'm not sure just how to put it. It's almost as if it just goes on forever. I bet my old man would have been blown away by this view.
Yeah.
Ever since he died, I've been thinking about what it was that he was really trying to say to me at the end. I keep going over his words again and again. And heck, maybe I'm just overthinking it all. But still, sometimes I wonder if it could have turned out, but no matter how much I play it back. And then there's everything with Rinwell. I stopped her from killing Almadria, but was that really the right thing to do? Or did I just end up making things harder for her? I feel like such a screw-up.
You're not the only one. I keep asking myself what Zephyr would have... Like, I think, how would Zephyr have handled Rinwell?
Yeah, I think he definitely would have stopped her.
And that's exactly what you did, Law. I think he'd be really proud of you.
Alphen.
Zephyr's not the worst yardstick to measure ourselves against. Let's both do our best to make him proud.
Sounds like a deal. Thanks, Alphen.
I wonder how much longer it's going to be before we catch up to Almadria. I'll ask Mahadar.
Look who's up! Good timing. We're closing in on her stern as we speak.
That's the ship? She's huge. Law, go gather the others, will you? Think you'll be able to flank them without getting spotted?
Yeah, with the fog as our ally, I think I might just pull it off. Long as we ain't too noisy, we should be okay.
What'll you do if they catch on to us?
Not much I can do. Ship that size, they'll probably blow us to bits before we ready cannons.
Persistent little things. Evidently, I shouldn't have spared the wretched vermin. Hungry already, my dear? Worry not, for you shall have plenty to feast upon shortly.
Perfect. You managed to get us right up beside them.
I'll stay with the ship so we can leave as soon as you're done.
Good. Then let's find Almadria.
Shion, I want to thank you.
What brought this on?
What you said helped to calm me.
Don't mention it. Let's dispose of the trash.
Bring him down!
Leave now.
You're mine! Take this!
I'm going in!
Engaging! Fire support!
It's time.
Eternal devastation!
Here's a shot in your dream.
Stalagmite!
Take this!
I'm only getting started.
Shockwave strike!
Incantation ruined.
You're mine! Roll him down!
Too fast! Stand back. I'll trip it up.
You're finished! Crush!
There.
Destruction!
Back into the fray.
Do it!
This one's got your name on it.
Action to action. Let's refrain from losing.
Gotta break through! I see one, eh?
One more.
Out of the way!
Tell me, have you ever considered your purpose in life?
Fire support! Shockwave strike! Release it! Shockwave strike!
It's almost too strong.
It'll split it open! Be my guest! Here I come!
I'm only getting started. Here.
You're mine! I'm not done! Take this!
This one's mine.
It's over!
Now.
On your way.
Astral energy.
Say no more.
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
Got it. That went well.
Are you okay? You're not too tired, are you?
Nope, I'm fine. Let's keep moving.
Discourteous, aren't you?
You're mine!
You're mine.
On your
Raging cascade.
Shockwave!
These ones can run rings around us. Here I come.
You're finished!
Lightning orb.
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah. This is a tumbling to me.
No further.
Downfall.
Here I come!
Raging
You picked the wrong fight!
Here's a healing arc.
You're mine!
Sleep now.
Seismic
You're mine!
Back into the
Eternal
fray.
devastation!
More where that came from.
It's over!
Feel that. Photon blast. Now.
Here I come! Chill!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Coming through! Here I come! I'll face you! Take this!
Here!
Crush!
Into the shadows! I'll be saving you!
You think that shield will save you?
Lightning roll!
Take this! Take it!
Blaze of fear! Pierce evil!
Destruction!
Freeze lightning!
You're finished!
This one's mine!
Take this! We're not finished!
Take that! Now! Ridwell! Astral energy! Full throttle! Go!
On your knees! Here I come! Prepare to be... Another incantation ruined!
Lightning condense!
I'm in your debt!
There! Help this!
I'm ready!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
I won't rest until I'm the best.
Retreat if you know what's good for you! You got spirit! Here I come!
Here goes!
Can't get out of
They really don't give up, do they?
Not on my watch!
Armor won't save you!
Here
You're
goes!
finished!
Into the
Eternal devastation! All yours, Kisara!
Raging
Flash! On your knees! You're finished! Demon Fang!
And out of ammo!
Shockwave Flash!
More where that came from! Glacial Spear!
Enough done!
Thunderblade!
It's over! Here I come!
There!
Rising Falcon! On your knees!
Raging Here I go!
Here I come!
Sealed!
Eternal
I'll be
devastation!
saving there! One more! This one's mine! Sealed!
Here I come! Not today! I'm ready! Escape! Blow them away!
Barely a blip on our radar.
Little help!
Now you'll Shattering the pieces! Is it too late to talk over our differences?
Lightning orb!
Now we're not...
Glacial Spear! Astral
Crush! Eternal devastation!
Raging confiscated!
I'll take you into death! Can't get out of this! Shockwave Flash!
I never miss! Photon Flash!
You!
Raging
Like steel?
Do it! Dopaline!
Light Burst Force!
Radiant Genesis!
Onward and upward.
Hey! It's that ingredient!
Yeah, the one for that recipe.
You always have an eye for food.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Stop them!
Dance on the wing!
One more! Light Astral
I won't show you any mercy!
Got you now!
I'll be saving you!
Eternal devastation!
Come back, will ya?
Freeze Land!
You're finished! I'm not done! Ignite!
Go to hell!
Crush! Eternal devastation! You!
Die! On your knees!
Shockwave Flash! Crescent Flash! Here I come! Take
You're
this!
mine!
Raging Cascade!
Here I come!
Shockwave Flash!
An astral art?
That's my cue!
Destruction! Shut him down!
Seal!
Thank you! Shockwave Flash! Take this!
Sleep now. In the sky, it's mine.
You're mine!
Here's a healing art. Raging cascade. First aid.
You're mine!
In here. Glacial spear. Here's evil.
In a bind,
I'll teach you respect!
you'll find no mercy.
Freeze Lancer.
On your knees!
More where that came from. I never miss. Let's do it. Rage. Get toasty.
Burn strike!
Seems about right to me.
Hi, Zoodle. Healing art. First aid. Like astral energy.
Eternal devastation! Destruction!
Freeze Lancer.
That may be the thorn in our side.
Here goes. One more. Lightning ball. Thunder blast.
Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite!
Destruction! Here I come! Eternal devastation!
Sleep now. More for the
I
shot.
face you!
Eternal devastation! Burn it all! We're not finished!
Thunder blast.
Destruction!
Now. Astral energy.
Say no more.
Glacial spear. Pierce the evil. Astral energy. Freeze Lancer.
Looks like we got them all. Finally, some open space again.